Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dalrin and welcome to the second episode of WoW Update. I did this type of video last week with covering some of the different news. I took 3 different stories that I found somewhat interesting and decided to talk about them. To my surprise, a lot of you guys actually had support for this kind of series, so I want to try it for the second week and see if I can maintain this every single week, talking about things that I usually wouldn't cover, like guides, dungeons, PvP, because I am somebody who plays World of Warcraft pretty regularly, and I'm actually interested in more like the story, lore, as well as general news, like the news that came out recently with World of Warcraft Blizzard taking action against World Quest exploits. Before we jump into the series, if you guys support this type of video format where we kind of just don't beat around the bush, we just give you the main story of the bat as well as some of the side stuff that you may want to listen to at a later time, let me know in the comments, hit a like, and if you guys enjoy these, we'll probably make more of these as we go along with the weeks with BFA. So let's get into the main news. People getting banned for exploiting World Quest in order to get exalted reputations super quickly. Why would anybody care about reputations? Well, not only do you get decent gear, but also the allied races, the Magha Orcs, the Dark Iron Dwarves, which are all super exciting, new, and actually Dark Iron Dwarves have a competitive edge in some PvE situations depending on the class that you play. Because Dark Iron Dwarf racial is super strong right now, and I can see that racial being super powerful even in PvP, whenever you guys unlock them. The way that it functions, and this is loose, basically they would complete a world quest that would grant you maybe like reputation for a certain faction, but the world quest itself wouldn't be flagged as complete. You'd still get the rewards, but then you can still kind of do it again. So you can kind of make a cycle and a loop of you completing it, getting a reward, and then going back to completing it, and then getting a reward, and then you would do this over and over and over and over and over until you got reputation. Reputation, of course, was going to be the first one because everybody wanted to get the rep out of the way. It's one of the biggest parts of the Pathfinder achievement, and as I'm sitting right now on my character, I have revered with just about everybody but Tartolan. So with Tartolan, I'm just going to have to wait until I get enough world quests, buy a contract, or get a emissary quest for that faction. So can we really blame them? I mean, all of us are going to get to Exalted eventually, and we are going to be able to get allied races, and it's just a grind, and nobody likes a grind. Imagine this kind of situation. What if somebody just wanted to play Magha Orcs because they look super cool? They want to be one of those Magha Orcs with all the tattoos, or maybe with those, I guess, piercings from bone, as one of the gray looking orcs. You want to play an orc priest, and all you need to do is just get to Exalted, but the grind is kind of boring. Do you really want to farm it? Should you be allowed to kind of exploit it just a little bit in order to get those allied races faster? Everybody else is going to get to them eventually anyway. It's not like it gives you an inherent advantage. You just get a head start of everybody. What do you guys think? Should they be banned for it, or should they just... It's a grind. Nobody likes a grind. Take it easy. Now, I really want you guys to go and comment that first before we continue with this video. Let's explore more on this exploit and why it was like really bannable. This exploit actually goes beyond reputation, and this is gonna make sense in your comments down below. This exploit could be used in order to just farm raw gold. You can do a world quest that gives you like 100 gold and find a way to just keep farming it over and over and over, and then you would have 100 gold. Second world quest, now you have 200. Couple hours later, you can have 10,000 gold, 100,000 gold. You could do this with gear too. You could keep repeating turn in of the world quest in order to keep seeing if you get a Titan Forge version of a piece of gear. You could take the gear that you got, let's say you just spend like an hour trying to Titan Forge a pair of braces from a world quest. Then you take all the bracers in your bags, you go to scrap them, you get a bunch of expulsum. And anybody who's a profession guy will think, I could use some expulsum to make me some bags or a piece of gear or whatever you might want. So in a sense, this actually does break the game. You are completely circumventing all, I guess, the rules and the aspects that the game has been placed, you know, within the world to farm all these materials or resources, whatever the hell you want. And it actually has bigger, I guess, issues than just getting the rep. Hell, just getting the rep alone allows you to get 355 pieces of gear just to buy from vendors. It gives you recipes in order to take less resources to craft things, so gets you ahead on the market board and the auction house, and even allows you to buy 355 piece of Azeroth gear from Magni. So in a sense, if it has good traits, that's like ahead on damage, ahead on gold, ahead on just about whatever the hell you want with this kind of exploit. So since this method is actually game breaking besides just farming rep, I am fine with them taking action, although we don't know if it's going to be a permaban or 3 days. What would you think that the proper action would be? Is this like permabanable or just a suspension until everybody else can catch up with the exalted reputation at the very least? Let me know your guys' thoughts, and I actually really do want you guys to comment. Did your opinion change when I just talked about the rep? Did it change before, maybe like, oh, you know, if it's rep, I don't mind it, and then now you heard that you can farm anything else, you're like, okay, now that's game breaking? Or were you somebody who was like, okay, that's game breaking from the beginning and it's still game breaking now? Or do you actually just don't really care? Let me know all that in the comments below as we move on to the next topic. On the next topic, we'll talk a bit about a brand new AMA that has happened with one of the developers for Blizzard, John Stats, talking a bit about the Blizzard's first 3D level designs in the early version of World of Warcraft. So think vanilla WoW, think about getting into the mind of a developer and maybe part of what his team was thinking about when they were crafting the dungeons and the raids you were running back in vanilla. I'm not really somebody who uses Reddit that much, and I'm not somebody who really read a lot of AMAs, but if that's one of the platforms where we can get a little bit on the thought processes of a developer, I actually think, why not? Especially with how little information comes out about WoW Classic, it really just comes in drips, maybe like once a month, so it's basically barren desert outside of that. So for me, this actually would be kind of mildly interesting to read, maybe during some like a bathroom break. So if you want a link for that down below, I'll have that for you guys to read if you want. On the fronts for Battle for Azeroth, they recently updated the Heart of Azeroth and started to apply the Artifact Knowledge system to your necklace. I guess we should call it the Artifact Knowledge or Azeroth Knowledge, whatever the hell they want to call it. Basically, you'll need to farm slightly less AP in order to get your levels for your necklace. So instead of how they did it with the artifact weapons, where you were able to earn more artifact power for doing the same world quest a week or a month ago, instead they're trying to keep the numbers low. And I like that idea, keeping numbers lower. So essentially it means that they're reducing how much AP you need for levels of Heart of Azeroth roughly by 23%. So this is going to be a little bit different than how they did with the artifact power. For example, when I got on my rogue before this update, I needed about 11,000 AP before I got my next level. Then Tuesday came around, I logged on my rogue, and now it says I need about 8,000 to get the next level. So that's 3,000 extra AP that I don't need to grind. The best part is this number grows bigger the more levels you have on your necklace. I have a buddy who needs about, or at least needed about 50,000 more AP before next level. After this change came in, he needed a little bit over 30k AP. So you're going from 50,000 to like 32, 36,000, 38,000. I mean, that's a good chunk of AP that you just don't need to get for the next level. So this is going to be affecting, I believe, every single week or every other week. We'll see if Blizzard ends up lowering this, upping this, and I guess we'll find out if they keep this track going the next Tuesday or Wednesday reset. I think it's a good idea to start the system early. This kind of gives you a reason to start playing some alts. So, hey, I got my guy max level and we got this catch-up mechanic. If maybe I didn't like the class I'm playing, or maybe I'm interested in looking at other classes to play for PvP or PvE, time to level another character and start grinding the necklace on them as well. I think it's awesome to have something like this early. The earlier the better, so we can start having this, you know, system not feel nearly as grindy, so it'll start feeling more like a breeze. And I don't know if this will be good for the game or not, depending on the longevity that the Blizzard was planning on this to be, but it still feels really, really good regardless, and I hope it turns out for the long time better for the game. Anyway guys, thanks so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts. Should I continue this kind of series? And if you would like to hear more, let me know in the comments below. Let me know on Discord. We have a Discord server down in the description below if you guys want to join, and hit me up with Twitter if you have any DMs and just want to ask a question. I'm always live. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see all of you guys in another video.